Here is a list of all American presidents, the duration of their time in office, and some notable points from their presidency. George Washington, 1789 to 1797, first President of the United States. Led the country through its early years and helped establish many important precedents and institutions. John Adams, 1797 to 1801, second President of the United States. Helped to solidify the country's independence and establish a strong federal government. Thomas Jefferson, 1801 to 1809, third President of the United States. Known for the Louisiana Purchase, which greatly expanded the size of the United States, and for his strong belief in democracy and individual rights. James Madison, 1809 to 1817, fourth President of the United States. Helped to lead the country through the War of 1812 and played a key role in the development of the U.S. Constitution. James Monroe, 1817 to 1825, fifth President of the United States. Known for the Monroe Doctrine, which established the United States as a major player in world affairs and warned European powers not to interfere in the affairs of the newly independent nations of the Americas. John Quincy Adams, 1825 to 1829, sixth President of the United States. Son of John Adams, he was known for his efforts to modernize the country and improve relations with other nations. Andrew Jackson, 1829 to 1837, seventh President of the United States. Known for his strong personality and his policies of Indian removal and opposition to the National Bank. Martin Van Buren, 1837 to 1841, eighth President of the United States. Served during a time of economic turmoil and was unable to turn the country around. William Henry Harrison, 1841, ninth President of the United States. Served for just 1 month before dying of pneumonia. John Tyler, 1841 to 1845, 10th President of the United States. Succeeded William Henry Harrison after his death and was known for his efforts to expand the power of the presidency. James K. Polk, 1845 to 1849, 11th President of the United States. Known for his expansionist foreign policy, which led to the Mexican-American War and the annexation of a large portion of the western United States. David D. Eisenhower, 1953 to 1961, 34th President of the United States. Known for his role in leading the country through the Cold War and for his domestic policies, which focused on building a strong economy and improving the lives of ordinary Americans. John F. Kennedy, 1961 to 1963, Kennedy was the youngest person ever elected to the office of president and the first Roman Catholic to hold the position. He faced several challenges during his presidency, including the Cold War and the Cuban Missile Crisis. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, in November 1963. Lyndon B. Johnson, 1963 to 1969, Johnson became president after Kennedy's assassination and was instrumental in passing several key pieces of legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. However, he is also remembered for escalating American involvement in the Vietnam War. Richard Nixon, 1969 to 1974, Nixon was the first president to visit China and he also signed the SALT I Arms Control Treaty with the Soviet Union. However, his presidency was overshadowed by the Watergate scandal, which ultimately led to his resignation in 1974. Gerald Ford, 1974 to 1977, Ford became president after Nixon resigned and is the only person to have served as president without being elected to either the presidency or the vice presidency. He is known for his efforts to heal the nation after the Watergate scandal and for issuing a presidential pardon to Nixon. Jimmy Carter, 1977 to 1981, Carter was the 39th president and is known for his work to de-escalate tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. He also established the Department of Energy and signed the Camp David Accords, which helped to bring about peace between Israel and Egypt. Ronald Reagan, 1981 to 1989, Reagan was the 40th president and is known for his conservative policies and for helping to bring about the end of the Cold War. He also signed the Tax Reform Act of 1986, which lowered taxes for many Americans. George H. W. Bush, 1989 to 1993. Bush was the 41st president and is known for his foreign policy successes, including the Gulf War and the signing of the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. Bill Clinton, 1993 to 2001. Clinton was the 42nd president and is known for his efforts to reform the healthcare system and for his role in helping to bring about peace in Northern Ireland. He was also the first president to be impeached since Andrew Johnson in 1868, though he was ultimately acquitted by the Senate. George W. Bush, 2001 to 2009. Bush was the 43rd president and is known for his response to the September 11 attacks and for his decision to invade Iraq. He also signed the No Child Left Behind Act, which aimed to improve education in the United States. Barack Obama, 2009 to 2017. Obama was the 44th president and the first African American to hold the office. He is known for the Affordable Care Act, which expanded healthcare access to millions of Americans, and for his efforts to normalize relations with Cuba. Donald Trump, 2017 to 2021. Trump was the 45th president and is known for his controversial policies, including his efforts to build a wall along the US-Mexico border and his withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement. He was also the first president to be impeached twice, though he was ultimately acquitted by the Senate both times. Joe Biden, 2021 to 2022. Biden is the 46th president and is known for his efforts to address the COVID-19 pandemic and for his efforts to address climate change.